And good evening, everybody. The name here is Matthew Victor Alpha 1 Mike Romeo Tango. Thanks for tuning back in for another new video on how to program the FTM-300. This time we're going to do it a different way than we did before. Last time we used the SD card method, but I think this time we're going to try out the SCU-20 cable, programming it that way. It's shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully it works out good for us the first time around. I did get an error the first time, but I was managed to get around it. So if it happens again, well, you'll see what happens, and we'll work around it. So we're already going to assume you have your SCU-20 drivers set up and plugged in and ready to go. If not, drop me a comment down below and we can definitely go through setting that up. I can delete the drivers off this computer and we can go through it step by step. So just let me know in the comments below what you think. But anyway, we'll get started. First thing we want to do is, after we open up our program here, we're going to see we got a blank slate. Perfect. Now, there's already programming in the radio right now because we programmed it last time using the SD card method. So this time we're going to just try and receive the information first. It's better to receive the information first, then you're able to establish a connection, and then send all the information afterwards. But each of their own. That's the way I do it, and it seems to work pretty good for me. So first thing we want to do first is come up here to communications. If it wants to work for me, there we go. Communications, and we want to head down to COM port settings. So we're going to click on that. This window is going to pop up, and COM port settings, a little drop down menu on the side here. You may have more than one COM port, so mine is set to COM port 3 for this one, and once that's up and running, you want to click determine. But we can go to the device manager, and that'll show us what we have for our COM ports, just to double check. Doesn't hurt. Here's our list, ports, COM port, and mine is it's the only one I have plugged in. Prolific USB to serial COM port COM3. So that's what mine's called, and we're all ready to rock there. So we go back to here, we click determine, and we should be good to go on that front. So we're going to go back up to communications, and we are going to, we're going to go down to the little icon right down here. Shows like a little computer, and it'll highlight get. So we're going to click get, and we have this. It says get data from FTM-300D, and it gives us the step-by-steps on the radio, what we have to do to get to that. So communication cable is connected to a personal computer and a data jack. So we connected to the data jack on the back of the radio. So we're going to press and hold F for 1 second longer to bring up the setup menu, select clone, and select this to other, and press the dial knob, click the OK button. So that's saying this OK button. So let's bring up our radio and go through the setup procedure. So I'm going to press and hold our F setup button. Okay, setup menu. We're going to make our way down to clone, and we're going to go this to other. This radio to other. I click OK. It says searching. We're going to go back to our PC. Oh, I was a little early, but that's okay. That's what this is for. So what I'm going to do here is, before we go back to the radio, I'm just going to click OK here. Now it's searching. Okay, so select OK and press dial to start. So we're gonna go back to our radio, this to other, this radio to other, click OK, and we are sending. So if we go back to our computer, we're gonna see this lovely receiving bar pop up. It's only gonna take a second. It's pretty quick. Shouldn't take too long. And if we go back to the radio for a second, it just says sending. And there, once it's done, it says completed. Let's go back to our computer. We'll click close. And there we go. There is all the information on the that was on the radio on the in the software. So it's just that easy. Plus, there's also all kinds of other. It doesn't just bring the memories; it brings all the information on the radio. So there's all kinds of settings you can go into and change whatever you see fit. But now let's say if we did a few changes in here and we want to send all this information back to the radio, we can click up here right next to where we said get. We go to send, so we click on send, and we got to go through our setup process again. Communication cable is connected to a virtual computer. Press F. Now, if you would have left your radio the way it was, I didn't change anything, so let's just bring up our radio. Instead of saying this to other, it's kind of hard to see, but this to other, so we're going to go from other to this. So we'll go down here, we're going to select our OK button. Now let's bring up our radio, we're going to go down to other to this, other to this radio, and we're going to click OK. Oh, looks like we had a little issue back here at the computer. I wasn't fast enough. Timeout timer, it's okay. So, but that's what it is. It's all a learning process. Oh, and looks like we had a little issue here. If we bring up the radio, looks like I lost all my memory, so that's fun. But luckily for us, all the information was still stored on the computer. So let's just put a bunch of A's. Doesn't matter. Wow, that is the first time I've ever seen that happen. So, if this happens to you, you don't panic. So let's just go back into F setup. Don't you love when this stuff happens live when you're recording? We'll go back to clone, and we'll just highlight other to this. We'll bring back up our PC, and we'll go to send. Select OK on the knob. OK. So we'll go other to this on our radio. Other to this. This OK. This OK here. And we're sending. And you can see the radio's now receiving the all the information that our rig just lost. So. Oh, you never know what's going to happen, but that's what it's all about. It's a learning experience. I learned something new. I think just trying to switch back to screens and go to the radio and back to the computer, kind of the timing was a little off, so she decided to lose all her memory. But we'll see here in a second what happens. So, like we did with the SD card method, all the information will be back there. It says completed. The radio looks like she's going to reset, and there we go. took all the information that I had in there last time. So if we go over to our radio, and looks like all my memories are still here. Oh, there's some local traffic. Perfect. And let's just go back to our PC here for a second. And it says completed. So that's perfect. Now, hopefully I didn't confuse you too much. You can see we had a few little snags along the way, but that's what it's all about. This is the learning process. So I hope this helped you out. Any other questions, let me know, and maybe we can do another video on this. I got a few things planned, so hopefully you'll stick around, subscribe, drop a like, and thanks for watching. This is Victor Alpha 1, Mike Romeo Tango.